My name is Catherine, and I am 41 years old. My life has never been easy. Every morning I wake up before the sun rises and go to my first job at a small cafe. When the evening comes, I go to my second job cleaning offices until midnight. My feet ache from the long hours and my heart feels just as tired. No matter how hard I work, the problems never seem to end. One difficult day, my boss at the cafe shouted at me in front of everyone. A customer had complained, and I felt the blame was unfair. That evening, I came home to find my mother sitting quietly at the kitchen table, carefully counting every coin she could find. She was trying to scrape together enough money to pay the electricity bill. Watching her do that broke something inside me. I felt angry and helpless at the same time. That night, lying in bed, I made a decision. I wanted security. I wanted a future where I would not lie awake worrying about tomorrow. I wanted a rich husband, not out of greed, but out of fear. I searched for the wealthiest families in the city, and one name kept appearing: Cooper. I looked at the little money I had saved, bought a beautiful dress, and purchased a ticket to a charity gala. At the gala, I spotted Sheldon standing near an arrangement of flowers. He was tall and calm, and something about him made my heart beat faster. I walked toward him carefully, and just as I had practiced in my mind, my shoulder bumped his arm and my drink spilled. I turned to him with a worried expression and apologized. He looked at the stain, then looked at me and smiled. He said it was perfectly fine, that these things happen at parties. His warmth surprised me. I had expected coldness from a man like him. We talked for the rest of the evening. He listened to me when I spoke. He did not treat me like I was beneath him. When the party began to end, he asked if we could talk again and requested my number. My plan was working. Sheldon and I began going on dates. He took me to restaurants I had never been able to afford. But what moved me most was the way he looked at me, as though I truly mattered to him. My feelings for him grew real and deep. I was falling in love with him, and that frightened me more than poverty ever had. Then one evening, Sheldon said he wanted me to meet his family. My chest went cold. I had heard about his mother, Olivia Cooper. Sheldon drove me to their home, an enormous house that felt like it belonged to a different world. Olivia greeted me with icy eyes. When I told her honestly that I worked in a cafe and cleaned offices, she looked at me as though I had confirmed her worst suspicions. I sat there feeling like the girl who mopped floors late at night, not the woman Sheldon cared for. I just wanted to disappear. Later that night, through the wall of my room, I heard Olivia speaking to Sheldon. She told him that I was only after their money. Her words landed on me like stones. Because she was not entirely wrong. That had been my plan from the beginning. Olivia hired a private investigator. They uncovered everything, including the deliberate spill at the gala and the expensive dress. Olivia laid it all out in front of Sheldon: photos, papers, the full picture of what I had done. Sheldon went quiet. He did not defend me. He did not say his mother was wrong. One night, a final message arrived. It said only that he needed time. I read it once and let myself cry. The tears were not for the rich life I was losing. They were for him. I had lied to him from the very first moment. Weeks passed slowly. Then, one afternoon, I stepped out of the cafe and found Sheldon standing outside. He looked tired. I told him everything: the search, the plan, the dress, the spill. I told him I had been desperate for something solid to hold on to. And then I told him the part that was true, that I had stopped following a plan and started falling in love with him. Sheldon said he understood, but that the lie had hurt him. He said he needed more time before he could trust fully again. I walked home alone that evening. I no longer wanted a rich husband. I wanted a rich life, one filled with truth. I ended it having learned that the only foundation worth building on is the courage to be completely, painfully honest